Hey guys, we're out in Anza Borrego right now, and figured I'd give you guys maybe a quick walk around on the 4Runner. I feel like it's at a perfect stage right now to where I can do a quick walk around. I was planning on doing one about like a couple weeks ago, but I didn't have new tires and I just got these new tires. So I feel like it's a perfect time to do a quick walk around in the car. So I guess we can just do a little bit of background info on the car. It's a 2006 Sport Edition 4Runner with the V8. It's four-wheel drive. I had a Tacoma before this car, but I totaled the Tacoma and I got this thing about 2 years ago and I freaking love it. It's done literally everything I've wanted it to do. I'd say it doesn't do that well in gas mileage, but it's a very good daily driver. It has plenty of space for all my surfboards, and I feel like everything that I would pack into my car on a regular basis. It's got 5 full seats, plenty of storage, like I said. And yeah, it's got just over 200,000 miles on it, and this thing has had very, very minimal problems. I'd say the biggest problem it had was breaking the CV axle, but I mean, that's not really even the car's fault. That was on my part, to be honest. But yeah, I guess getting into modifications, we have, for wheels and tires, we have the BF Goodrich KO2s in a 315/70 R17. Like I said, I just got these tires probably like 2 weeks ago, and I freaking love them. They're really good on the road. They're quiet. They're smooth. And I mean, they do rub a little bit because they're bigger than my other previous tire. I had like a 285 tire, but they rub a little bit, like as expected. Like just down in here in the fender, I got to trim that a little more in this inner fender, which is like the actual metal piece, but that's not that big of a deal. It's rubbing up in here, like in the pinch weld area on like full stuff. But I mean, I guess it's expected, but I just got to hammer it more. It's not rubbing on the cab mount, which is nice. It's rubbing up in here, but I mean, like I said, it's expected. I just want to take this fender trim and come like down in here, kind of with just like the whole thing. Just do a nice little 1-inch trim on the whole fender. For wheels, I have the Stealth Custom Series Gen 5 wheel. They're in the brushed bronze, and they're a negative 38 offset. So they do stick out a little bit, but I mean, honestly, they don't stick out that much. I feel like you would expect from a negative 38 tire. I feel like it's probably also due to the all-terrain tire just not being super beefy like a mud terrain tire. But yeah, these wheels have been super great. I've had them for also probably like a year or so. They have a few scratches on them, but I don't really care. They're off-road. This is an off-road car. It's not a show car. But yeah, these things clean up. When they do clean up, they look really nice, which is cool. But yeah, they're a great wheel. Haven't had any problems with them. For suspension, we're running the King 2.5 shocks without the adjusters. I've had these for about 2 years, and they have been a very, very great setup. Haven't had one issue with this setup. Also paired with the BTF fabrication upper control arms. Just a nice, clean, boxed upper control arm. Yeah, the setup has been super great. Haven't had any problems with it. Like I said, they're definitely due for a rebuild, and maybe it's like some new coils, but I feel like living by the beach, it's just hard to avoid some sort of rust. I live like super close to the water, so there's always some sort of sea breeze, I guess, just hitting this car. Yeah, I guess going back, I just have some local sliders from some guy in San Diego. I found him on OfferUp, actually. He makes some pretty decent sliders. He didn't charge me a super pretty penny either, which was nice. I didn't want to be spending like $1,000 in sliders just because that's just like, honestly, that's just kind of ridiculous, to be honest. And these are super strong. I mean, they've done everything I want to do. They're welded on, and I mean, these things, they don't move at all. Like, they're super solid. They definitely have done their job. They have a couple nice scratches in them. So yeah, overall super happy with them. They have a nice little slight kick out. And they're painted black, which is nice. I mean, it's nice I didn't have to pay for powder coat and stuff, because that's also pretty expensive. And I feel like sliders don't need to look perfect because they're sliders. I mean, they're supposed to hit rocks, so I don't mind at all. Yeah, moving on to the rear. I have the King 2.5s as well, just without the adjusters. And the setup is, like I said, paired with the front, has been very, I mean, just super balanced. Perfect for daily driving on the road as well. It's super smooth. I have the Dobinson coils in the rear. I feel like they're 250 to 300 pound rated spring, I believe. And they're like a progressive rated spring. And paired with the IM Keith Panner correction. I guess I can get a better view of over here. Nice, good view of everything right there. This has been a super great setup. Like I said, very balanced. Done everything I needed it to do on and off the road. Yeah, I love it. So I guess that's pretty much it as far as exterior modifications go. I've kept this thing pretty stock and OEM looking, just because I love that, I just love the look of the stock Toyotas, to be honest. I mean, I do think bumpers look good, but for what I do right now, bumpers are very, one, heavy, and two, kind of just impractical. I don't go banging on rocks like every other day. So I feel like this setup right now with just a little bit of trimming is absolutely perfect and just looks very good. Yeah, like I said up front, I just have kept everything pretty much stock as it can be. I have the stock fog lights. I just have like some amber bulbs in there to give them a little amber look. And then I have the stock headlights with some LED bulbs in there, because I do have the projectors. This is a 06, so the 06 to 09 4th gen's got the projector upgrade, which was nice. So I have those in there. And then I just have the stock grille. I think honestly, the chrome stock grille just kind of looks really nice with this car. I don't know why, it just does. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the front end. I don't really plan on changing anything, but yeah. So I have this thing pretty stock on the interior. Literally, I have nothing done to it, actually, except for, I guess, just this upgraded head unit from Sony. This thing is just a nice little budget-friendly Apple CarPlay head unit that is actually absolutely perfect. This thing is awesome. It does the trick. It really helps update this car on the interior, because the head unit I got with it was a weird little Pioneer head unit, and it was broken for like a year and a half. So I literally didn't even have music. It was terrible. I had to listen to music on my headphones. But yeah, that thing is super nice. I love it. This interior of this car is super comfy. It just feels like home, honestly. The seats are getting a little messed up, but that's expected. I mean, I sit in the seat with my wetsuit and stuff and get it pretty dirty. So this thing definitely takes a beating, but I try to keep her clean. I clean her often just because I like to have a clean interior. But yeah, not much done to it. Got a couple patches right there. Little Vab Zone patch and Onza Brega patch. Yeah. Nice open space in the back, which I love. Just being able to sit back there. Super awesome. Got a nice little sunroof too, which is super cool. Yeah. Power seats for 2006. That's super sick. This thing is super dialed on the inside. I really love it. Yeah. So I guess one thing that you can't see is I have a 48 re-gear done from Revolution, and that definitely helped a lot. I mean, I drive a pretty good amount, and it's just nice to honestly have just that much more added torque. And honestly, it's just really nice feeling it on long drives, because I do for example, I do a drive to San Diego and Huntington Beach frequently, and I take the toll road. So going up the toll road, the re-gear was, the first time I did it with the re-gear, it was ridiculous. I just was laughing going up, cruising at 70, didn't have any problems. When before I had to downshift super heavily, it would scream to 3,500 RPMs and just be going. But now, yeah, it doesn't really do it as much. So it definitely still hunts. I mean, it doesn't completely take everything away, but I'd say overall it's a super good upgrade. And especially for that low end torque off-road, it just makes for just a little more, I guess, peace of mind. So I guess for the interior, I do have a little something done. I have this little box setup done. I just actually found this thing on Vilmont Marketplace on Instagram, actually. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with that page. But yeah, I've had it for about probably, I'd say, a year and a half. I got it right after I got this car. Just because I knew when I got this car I wanted to do something like this, just because you have the opportunity to, and it makes for really nice storage, camping and stuff. And honestly, just like daily living storage, like just being able to have little cubbies and stuff, it's just, I don't know, I like that. So basically, it's just like a nice little wood carpeted setup. It's kind of getting a little raggedy. I mean, I need to like staple this stuff down and stuff again, but it does the trick. It's just like got two little pockets on the side right here that I can keep stuff in. I have like a little goal zero right here. And then underneath, this thing basically just flips up here. I'll try to do it with one arm. It's pretty easy. This thing basically just unhinge right here, flip it up, and got like two nice big, pretty deep like storage units. I have just like some random stuff in here right now, but it's just super nice being able to have the storage. This little string like attaches up to that little hook right there and holds us up super well. So yeah, I really love this setup. It does the trick for me. I can just close that right there, latch it up, boom. And I can sleep right here, which is nice, and have like all my other stuff right there. So it's a perfect little sleeping space. I can fit, I'm not that tall, so I can fit like pretty much like fully flat and like fully stretched out, which is nice. So yeah, this is a perfect little setup for me. I got like a little bottle opener right there, which is cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done for the inside. I don't plan on really doing anything more. Maybe like in the future, if I do go camp more frequently, I'll put like a little like molly panel right here or something like that, just to keep some extra stuff. But yeah, pretty much kept the inside pretty stock. Like I said, I just want to keep the weight down. I feel like the second you just start adding a bunch of weight to these cars, it just does not get that fun. It's just, you have to worry about more. I don't know. I want to have this thing just be a little more nimble and be able to rip around a little quicker. So yeah, pretty much that's all I have for the car, honestly. Hope you guys enjoy this little walk around. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'd love to answer some questions. I'm sure I didn't really hit on everything. This is like my first walk around, so I'm sure it was a little rusty, but yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick walk around of the car. I never done something like this before, like I said, so just wanted to give you an update. See you guys.